Hey guys, today we're back with March 17th, 2023. Now, the world just changed so quickly. Literally within 1 week the bank started collapsing. You got the first bank, you got the second bank, and then you got the third bank that is going. And people are trying to prop it up, not people, but I guess higher up people, the elites, right? Banks around the world trying to prop up that bank from collapsing and watch the other bank while trying to help them. Their own bank's going to collapse. But, anyways, that's not what I really wanted to talk about. But that is leading to why gold prices have increased $100, basically almost $100, 98.74 in Canadian dollars. And that is a move I've never seen before. Now let's go down to US dollars. And in US dollars, it has gone up about $66.70. And still, those numbers are pretty high depending on when you look at it. I mean, for the past 10 years, certainly I haven't seen it go up that much. I mean, I've seen it go down that much, but usually you don't see it go up that much. And of course, this usually spells something bad, right? It's like saying, hey, it's telling you something bad is going to happen. And $100 honestly isn't a lot because if you watch crypto, anything can go up a few $1,000s. Like, who really cares? $100 in gold. But why I'm making this video and why it is important is the fact that the the price of gold rarely goes up by this much in US dollars or Canadian dollars, right? Unless there is a huge problem like COVID or something like that, right? So for the past decade, nothing has been happening. So it usually goes down. It doesn't go up by $100 in Canadian dollars. But in Bitcoin, Bitcoin went up a lot. But the thing is, Bitcoin has been going up, has been going down. It goes up when it's good. When it goes up when it's bad, it goes down when it's good. When it goes down when it's bad. It's like there's really no correlation, right? I mean, basically, it just goes up whenever it wants to go up. It goes down whenever it wants to go down. Usually speaking, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I think the whales obviously is moving the market, trying to get people to go in. But, just think about it this way. If Bitcoin went up, it doesn't mean we're heading into a financial collapse, right? But if like gold keeps on going up, then yes, it does mean we are heading into a financial collapse or some sort of situation like that, right? So that is very, very interesting what's happening over just the past week after the first bank collapse. And then you have the second Signature Bank, and I think the third one, the First Republic, something, I don't know. But they're trying to keep it from collapsing, which means that, hey, if everybody's trying to help them, and then, they're not watching their own back, maybe their own bank's going to collapse as well. So we're in really interesting times. It really reminds me of 2008. And like I was saying, this is the only signal I'm watching. This is the that I'm paying attention to that is pretty much telling me something is happening that is going to be bad and people are fleeing to gold. Because if people wanted to make money, they would just buy Bitcoin or crypto or Dogecoin or something like that, right? I mean, 2021, right? Remember 2021 when Dogecoin went up to 70 cents? I mean, the world wasn't collapsing. Nothing was like everything was good, right? You had NFTs and everything. I think gold went down. I don't quite remember. I mean, but even if it went up, I mean, I remember the silver squeeze, right? So they were doing the silver squeeze, but they didn't have a gold squeeze. So, you know, gold didn't really go up. It was probably just around flat or something. Probably even went down. But when gold goes up, it literally says something's about to hit the fan. And this thing happened so quickly, all in 1 week. Literally, I thought they were going to continue to raise rates. Because, in the news, they've been telling you, the job report is strong, everything is strong. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's like collapsing. And then not just that, I mean, because of these banks collapsing, and then you have Facebook. First, they say, we're going to lay off 10,000 people. Now it's like, oh, yeah, we got to add another 10,000 to that. So make that 21,000, right? So we're in times of sadness, to sort of speak. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen in the next year or the next 12 years, but I feel like this thing is getting worse and worse. And because in the past, right, they could lower interest rate. Right now, they can't lower interest rate. Actually, they're gonna lower interest rate, but the thing is, the only reason why they increase interest rate is to fight inflation. So if they lower it, that means they're gonna let inflation run hot, which means it's gonna make me very, very poor because I'm gonna have to buy food and it's gonna be way more expensive. And luckily, so if you need anything, you buy it now. Like think about like the stuff you need, right? You buy it now. Don't leave it until next time. I don't want to say this, but I was at the dollar store, right? And I was looking for a toilet cleaner, the scrub, right? The toilet scrub, right? That's what you call it. And in the past, right? If I walked into a dollar store to buy a toilet scrub, which isn't really a difficult thing to have, right? It would be $1, okay? It might even be $2, right? But I had to pay $5 for that. I'm like sitting there, what the? It's the same toilet scrub, right? I mean, I'm in Canada. If you walked into the dollar store today, it's no longer the dollar store. It is the $5 store, right? Remember that. So if you want to buy it, you should buy it now. That's what I did. I mean, I didn't have a blender, right? So I'm like, oh, yep, I'm buying a blender now. I'm not gonna buy a blender when it's $600, right? Right now, I'm just spending my cash because like obviously you should save it in case you needed to pay your mortgage or something. But at this moment, I don't have a huge mortgage, and I've been very frugal. I mean, every time I buy something, you see how it works for me, unlike other millennials, is I have a set amount I use every month, right? Let's say I use $1,000, right? It's set. Basically, if I need to spend an extra $200, I would eat less, which means that I'll eat less, I'll buy less grocery, and then I'll still have that $200 to buy whatever I want, you know. But I won't spend over $1,000. So I've been kind of preparing for this, and it looks like something is really going to hit the fan soon. And I've always heard people say, right, that next year is an election year, and usually, generally speaking, on an election year, there won't be major problems. Now, um, it might happen before the election, which is now. So if it happens now, once we get into election, then, but if it doesn't happen in 2023, then it's definitely not going to happen in 2024. So the bigger financial crisis might be in 2025. But, it might happen now and then we'll drag on until 2024. But as I heard, usually during U.S. election, they lower interest rate and they try to help the person running. So, anyways, I just wanted to make this video and talk a bit about gold and how it went up like $100 in Canadian dollars. And look at this. I mean, in U.S. dollars, around $2,000. In Canadian dollars, around 3,000. I mean, yeah, it's not 3,000 exactly, but if you buy the actual coin, right, it is 3,000. If you buy the USD to GLD, then obviously this is the spot price. But yeah, so something is coming along, and like I was saying, when it does happen, when they lower interest rate, they're gonna let inflation run rampant, which means the prices of things are gonna skyrocket even higher than they were. I mean, I stopped buying those Marvel Legend toys. If you haven't, oh yeah, I'm in Canada, so I don't know how much it was in the U.S., right? But in Canada, the Marvel Legend toys were about $39.99, and that, oh no, wait, it was about $29.99. My bad, and that was already expensive, right? Now it is about $45.99, right? Depending on the figure. I mean, some of them might be as low as $34.99, but none of them are $29.99 anymore. So it ranges from $34.99 to $45.99. I'm like sitting there, I'm not buying this. Like, forget this, right? Because Marvel Legend comes out with a toy every single year, and not just one toy, multiple toys. They have like 50 toys, and I'm like sitting there, I'm not buying this. Forget this. So people are cutting back. I mean, before I used to buy it every year, and I used to buy the entire set. Right now, I'm just like, yeah, I don't have enough money to do this, right? And of course, I'm cutting back on app games. I'm just like, there's really no point in buying these crystals because obviously, clearly, they have been doing this gotcha thing, which is clearly rigged, right? And I am not in that dumb. So, anyways, as this thing unfolds, I'm watching gold. I mean, if gold prices go up any higher, then clearly I know there's a big problem, and you know, then obviously I'm gonna have to adjust my my expectations. But of course, don't forget they also like to like purposely beat gold down because they can sell gold into a market. They don't have the real gold, so, we got to see what's going to happen. I don't watch Bitcoin. The thing is, Bitcoin, in my opinion, is a trading vehicle. It is not a safe haven. So, I mean, if Bitcoin goes up, it doesn't mean the economy is bad. That is just that that has never been about Bitcoin. If you think that Bitcoin going up means the economy is bad, you got something really, really wrong with you, right? I mean, if you really want to know if the economy is bad or not, you gotta watch gold. That is really essentially what you need to watch. And right now, going up $100, it's usually generally speaking, it's pretty bad. So I don't watch silver either. I mean, gold is pretty much the safe haven, and it's the thing that people go to when there is problem within the financial market.